welcome to the Daytime Show, and today we're talking about dogs. A lot of us love to have dogs, but you know what? Man's best friend can be a little bit of a hassle, make you want to pull your hair out when they're not behaving well, which happens a lot. And joining us today is a little bit of a dog expert, Val DeSantis of K9Psychologist.com, and we have one of his dogs with us. This is the beautiful Heidi. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, tell us a little bit about Heidi. She is a puppy.
Heidi's a puppy. She just turned 7 months, and she's a German Shepherd. Okay.
And you've already have her trained, and we're actually talking about dog training today, why it's important, and we go back to when they're very young.
Yes.
Let's talk about the crate training, because this is something a lot of people don't know about. Number one, they think of cages, because that's what we call crates nowadays. And a lot of homeowners and pet owners, I should say, are afraid to crate train them. Talk about what it is and why it's important.
Okay. I start training at 8 weeks.
Wow.
As soon as you get the dog, they go in a crate.
For how long?
As long as it takes, pretty much.
Okay. Are you talking about hours at a time, overnight hours, just maybe
especially overnight.
Okay.
And you always have to work on a schedule. Heidi's a little hungry today. Okay.
She's very well behaved.
She didn't have a breakfast. I command them in German. Platz.
Good girl. Good girl.
Anyway, the first thing you want to do is set a schedule.
Okay.
That's very important. So if you take the dog out at 7 o'clock in the morning, you have to do it every morning.
It's kind of like a child in a way. Keep them on a schedule. It's actually easier for them to follow it. Yeah.
And the reason for that is if the dog has to go out at, let's say, 6:45, all right, if he knows in 15 minutes he's going to be going out, he'll hold it.
Okay.
But if it's an erratic time, he'll just go whenever.
And being in the crate, does that help them to be
that confines them.
Housebroken? Okay.
And they won't dirty where they are.
Okay. Let's talk about bad behaved dogs in terms of I'm going to my friend's house and my dog, her dog rather, jumps all over me when she greets me. Is that something you can train them easily not to do?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And that's just a matter of manners.
She's really well behaved. How did you get her to be this good?
Well, I've been doing this a long time, so you know. And let's good girl.
Well, how do you train them to do that?
Everything she's been trained with is through operant conditioning. I use a clicker and treats.
Okay.
No negative methods.
Positive reinforcement.
All positive reinforcement.
Okay.
Okay, because she's a puppy, and I believe in letting puppies be puppies. You know.
Oh, good girl.
That's a good girl, Heidi.
She is a good girl.
She's very good. She even speaks. Keep up. What? Good girl.
Good girl. All right, so one thing is to keep them calm and from jumping on guests. Let's talk about walking a dog. I have 2 Jack Russell Terriers myself, and they're actually pretty well behaved at home, but when we go for walks, they want to pull. How do you keep them next to you, and should you keep them next to you?
Yes. Okay. Whenever you walk a dog, the most important thing is I'm going to give her a command in German, which means heel. Fuß. And I bring her around. And this is ideally where she should be.
Next to you.
Next
to me. Not in front of you, not in back of you.
Right. Her legs are equal to mine.
Okay.
Okay? And when you step out, you always step out with the foot closest to the dog. Because that's at their eye level. They can see that.
Okay.
And
how do you get them to have that respect where they're next to you? Again, just a lot of repetition.
A lot of repetition. One little trick is if you put a fence over here and put the dog between you and the fence, the dog will learn that it needs to be next to you. Like if I could step next to you, watch.
It gives me a guide.
And she'll come next to me.
Okay, great. And real quick, when they are on the leash, to get them to have the slack like this, because we do have to wrap things up.
Sure.
When they're pulling, do you pull back or?
No, what you do is just, the more they pull, you just stop.
Okay.
Because if you pull and then you pull, they pull, you pull back, they pull harder.
All right.
So what you want to do is you want to stop, and they'll learn that to get where they want to be, they have to do it on your time.
Excellent advice. Val DeSantis of K9Psychologist.com. You can get to his website by going to our website, News12.com. We'll be right back with more Daytime.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye, Heidi.
Furniture City, the area's most reliable and affordable furniture store for 27 years.